Sadi. I am lecturer from Milagros College from the Department of Interior Designing and Decoration. Today we'll be learning about space planning documentation. What are the documents that is required and what are the drawings that are required in space planning. So construction drawings, these play a major role in the civil field or interior designing field. So you know, drawings are the basics for everything we start. It's a basic for every field like plumbing, electrician, lighting, interior designing, space planning, everything. So today we are going to learn some of the major documents that are needed for the construction. So these are some of the drawings that are needed or that we follow usually in space planning. They are bubble diagram, line diagram, layout plan, elevation, sectional elevation, circulation diagram, block diagram, electrical plan, plumbing plan. Also we have furniture layout and stack diagram. Now let's learn everything in detail. First one is bubble diagram. So bubble diagram, as the name says, it is nothing but a graphical representation in terms of bubbles. When you're starting the project, you need to have a conversation with your client. When you're having a conversation with the client, directly jumping into planning is not a right option. You need to have some rough works done. During those period of time, when you are going to do rough works, you are going to do in terms of bubbles. Okay, that's what is called as bubble diagram. In bubble diagram, usually you'll be representing different elements that you're going to include in your space planning. Maybe a furniture layout, or maybe even how you're going to divide a bigger space into smaller space. Everything is represented in terms of bubbles. You can see here, everything they have just represented on the basis of bubble. It's just a graphical representation where what area or where what space comes. Okay, this is how it looks. It's the term bubble diagram because it's very easy to draw a bubble diagram, and usually they represent in different colors so that it visually attracts people and it's very easy to communicate about what we have in our mind. Next one we have is layout plan. Okay, you people might have seen about these kind of layouts. Layout is nothing but it is going to tell in detail what is coming where, how the zones are distributed, where which zone comes, where the bedroom comes, where the entry comes, where the lift comes, or where the staircase comes. All this layout plan is going to give you a detailed drawing or detailed idea about how the entire plan looks like. Next one is elevation. Elevation, as the name says, it is nothing but how you view one object from the front or from the rear. It's just a representation of how a building looks from the front. Okay, usually the front or rear side or side views. Okay, so you are going to get an idea about how it looks, a facade, especially the facade of the building or back side of the building, or what are the components or architectural parameters that are represented in the elevation. That all can be found out using the elevation. Okay, so if you're saying the building from the front, then it is called as front elevation. If you're saying from the sides, it is called as side elevation. If you're saying from the back, it is called as rear elevation. Next we have a sectional elevation. So you already heard about elevation. Now you need to know about what is sectional elevation. Elevation is nothing but the vertical plane you are going to watch. Okay, so sectional elevation is nothing but you are going to cut that vertical entire space and watch it vertically. Understanding? If there is one room, you are going to chop down the room and watch the interior spaces what are there in the interior side of the room. That is called as sectional elevation. These sectional elevations will help us to know more or in more detail about the material specification. Along with that, what are there in that particular room. Just a representation in this diagram, you can see how they have even represented with all the hatchings. These hatchings will give you an idea of which materials they have used. Along with that, you can see there are some of the access points like staircases, also where the walls come, where the windows come, what is located in which side of the building is clearly understood by sectional elevation. So next one is circulation diagram. As the name says, circulation diagram. This is the diagram which is going to tell you how can you access a particular space, how can you move around in a particular space. Okay? So this is just a representation of how it looks like. The arrows are representing how and where you can move in a building. Okay, when you are arranging certain furnitures, there are only certain spaces you can access. You can't just jump on the furniture. That's why these kind of circulation diagrams play a major role to tell about where you have an access. In this, it is divided into two, that is horizontal circulation and vertical circulation. Horizontal circulation is nothing but in one floor, they are going to represent how you can move horizontally. You can see in this particular diagram, they have just shown a house plan. So in that house plan, how you are entering and how you are accessing different parts of the room is shown in this particular horizontal plan. Whereas vertical circulation, they are going to tell you how you are going to access different floors in a building. Okay, you can say how you are access. How can you access? Of course, you can access by staircase or maybe by lift or ramp. So such kind of details are shown in vertical circulation diagrams. Next one we have is block diagram. Block diagram is similar to your bubble diagram. Only thing is it is represented in terms of blocks. Okay, so this is nothing but this diagram gives you in detail where about what is located in which place, maybe your furniture or maybe even the spaces, how it is located, how the access is given, and how adjacent it is, what is the adjacent room. All these details are given in block diagram. You can easily understand in this. You can see how they have represented the block diagrams here. Usually they are given in different blocks. Okay. Also you can see the yellow colored representation of the path, which gives idea of how you can approach that room. Okay. Usually these bubble diagrams are drawn to the scale. Okay, all the furnitures are drawn to the scale. If there is a table of around 2 feet by 3 feet, then the bubble is also going to represent 2 feet by 3 feet. Okay, so this is a representation of block diagram. Next one is electrical plan. Okay, so electrical plan is also a major plan that is going to play a major role. Electricity is nothing but you might ask, we being an interior designer, why do we need to do electrical plan? Yes, of course, we are not going to do any electrical work in the field, but then those electricians are not technically strong. But we have an idea about which fixtures have to come, where the lighting fixtures have to come, where the switches have to come. That's completely depending on us interior designers. On our particular theme, we are going to decide where which fixtures or which kind of light can be used. So we are the ones who are going to design an electrical layout plan and give it to an electrician, because he is not technically strong, but we know about where to give, what to give. So this is nothing but the plan where you represent the different fixtures location, as well as where the main board and where the distribution board comes, where your switchboards come. All these things are decided by you, and you are going to draw these kind of electrical layout and give it to an electrician. Based on your drawings, he will be going to do the electrician. Next one is plumbing. You people know plumbing includes both freshwater supply as well as wastewater supply. So even this, okay, you are not going to do in the site, but then the plumber is not having technical knowledge. That's why you are going to give technical assistance to him by doing a plumbing layout. You are going to tell where the wastewater has to be discarded, where the traps come, which kind of plumbing fixtures you have to use. All these details you are going to give him through the drawing. That is called as plumbing plan. Next one is furniture layout. So as the name says, the subject is relating to space planning. Space planning is nothing but how you plan a particular space. So furniture placement plays a major role in one particular room or one particular space. So here furniture layout is very important, and it plays a major role when you are going to do a interior. So why you need furniture layout is because, see, this furniture layout gives a clear-cut idea about what kind of furniture or what size of furniture can be used in a particular room. Whether you're giving a particular space to a furniture, whether the access is done very easily, or whether the entire plan can be utilized very effectively. That can be done only using furniture design. Furniture plan plays a major role. So in this particular furniture plan or layout, you are going to tell or give in detail how you are going to locate different furnitures in particular space. last diagram, this is also one of the important one. It is called as stack diagram. So stack diagram you might not have heard, but you have heard the term stack. Stack is nothing but piling up one above the other. So stack diagram is the one which is going to represent what is there in different floors. Okay, it is going to give you a bird eye view about what is there in each floor. Okay, so using this particular diagram, you can understand. If you are going to malls and all, you can see clearly such kind of images or pictures that are usually posted near the elevators. They are going to tell what is there in which floor. Okay, so such kind things help in this particular stack planning or stack diagram, and they give in detail representation within a small short diagram. Okay, what is located after what. Fine, thank you so much.